Hey friends, it's Eric, and today I got something special for all of us Apple Find My lovers. This is the HyperPack Pro Tech Backpack. That's right, this works with Apple Find My. It's not like any backpack that can hold a Apple AirTag. This one has a third-party tracker built right into it. Plus, this is the coolest tech bag I've ever seen. And yes, it's pretty expensive, but I gotta tell you, it's awesome. Today, I'm going to tell you everything that I love about it and one or two cons that I do have. So definitely stay tuned towards the end. I'll let you know what that is. Let's jump into the video. Let's start with the outside of the bag. One of the things I love about this bag over any other tech bag that I've had when it comes to the outside is that there's so many carrying options. So you have obviously the handle on the top, you have a handle on the left, and you have a handle on the right. So no matter which direction that you pick this bag up, there's a way to pick it up. And then on the back, obviously, you have the padded shoulder straps. You have the sternum strap. So, you know, I've never used these things, but I know people do. You can see I went on a trip and I use this. I guess if you're walking around a lot, you use these sternum straps. But if you don't want to use it, you can easily remove it. Also on the back, you have like this hidden compartment, lumbar compartment. So if you need to keep things a little bit more safe, you can put them back here. And then this is a must-have for any bag that I currently have, is that you have to have this luggage pass-through. Putting this onto a bigger piece of luggage and not worrying about this falling off the luggage is extremely important to me because I do travel a lot. And now moving to the right side, you have this zippered compartment. This is actually for a water bottle. One thing about this water bottle holder, it's really, they say for a 1 liter water bottle, it is very, very small in my opinion. Also on this right side behind the water bottle holder is this additional pocket that goes all the way down. I'm not quite sure what you put down there because if you drop anything down there, it's really hard to get out. My initial thought was that this was for like a tripod or something that's really long that goes all the way down and then can go all the way up on the side of the bag, and then you're tied off maybe with a carabiner or maybe a strap up here. But every tripod that I've tested in here really doesn't fit. It's a really small pocket. I might be able to get one leg or two in there and then just strap it down, but it's not a good fit for me. I'd rather put the travel tripod inside the bag itself. But if you know of any travel tripod that could fit in here, it's about the size of a half a Coke can. So yes, maybe you can push the bag in a little bit. But if you guys know of any travel tripod that could fit in here, definitely let me know down in the comments below. By the way, these side zippers, they kind of just snap back so they don't snag on anything as you're walking by. And then on the left side, you have a very similar pocket, but this is the start of your electronics and your tech. This is where you're going to be recharging your phone so you can have easy access to it. You can have pass-through wires, which goes to the battery pack, which I'll talk more in a moment about which battery pack I chose for this bag. But you can hook up like a MagSafe puck in here, and there's a little spot for it. However, I found that the holder for the puck that they designed is not very good. Like, it moves around and you kind of have to play with it every time you put your phone in. And I have an iPhone 14 Pro Max and it barely fits into this pocket. It fits, but I gotta play with the zipper and kind of fumble around with it. So it's not the best design for a bigger phone, but you know, it does get the job done. Also, usually I have a secondary wire in here. It's one of these ones from Rolling Stone. It's a 6-in-1 wire. So I pretty much have every type of port that's available. You know, that way, no matter what I'm charging or what I come across as I'm traveling, I'll be able to charge up wherever I need to charge up. Plus, it's the way that I charge up the battery that's in here. So it does reverse. I can hook this up to an external power source and charge up the battery without breaking down this bag. I just pull this wire out and I can charge it up. Now moving to the front, Right here on the top, this is where your sunglasses go. It's a little padded. It's not extremely padded, but definitely has that soft felt. And it's not super big. It is really only for one pair of sunglasses. I was able to get two, my last one, but in here I was only able to get one. And also on the very front is your very first big pocket, which zippers straight down the middle, which I thought was interesting. You really can't see the zipper because of the way it's designed, but this is just for quick access. Not the best type of pocket. You can kind of see as much as I can open this up. That's all I can do, even though it's a pretty substantial size. Like it comes out pretty far. So if I have something big, it just has to fit through this hole right here, and then it can fit into the big pocket. This is where I store some quick access things. I have a secondary pair of sunglasses that's in a case. It also has a little leash or lanyard for your keys, so you can easily find your keys and pull them out and unclip them. But this is a nice pocket. It's just, like I said, you just have to make sure it fits into this hole right here, and then it's pretty big. It runs the entire length of this bag. And now moving on to the second big pocket, which is right behind that, which you can open up all the way, just like that. And you can definitely store a lot of knickknacks in here, a lot of pens, whatever you do. With small stuff, you can put some AirPods in here. And you definitely can also store your wallet. You have an RFID blocking compartment up here, so it's great to put your passport and different wallet stuff. Even though I like to make sure that my wallet by itself is RFID blocking, so I usually put my wallet in the front. Don't tell anyone because they can just sneak up behind me and take it out of here. And as you can see, I store a third pair of sunglasses. Can you tell I like sunglasses? There's another mesh compartment down here. I keep some different types of adapters in this mesh compartment. And then you also have a power pass-through if you did want to keep a couple electronics in the front right here, so you can run your wires through this compartment into the battery compartment, which is right behind it with no issues whatsoever. That wasn't even the main compartment, which is right behind that one. And this is where you're going to get most of your space. This is where the battery is kept. You have a couple mesh pockets in here. You kind of have this little pocket right up here. Lots and lots of different things that you can store in here. If you have a tripod, maybe a travel tripod or a monopod, that's where I usually put that in here. And then there's a mesh compartment down here at the bottom. This is where I keep the battery. And when it comes to batteries, I've been testing a bunch of them, and I've always been running into the same issue with a tech bag, is when you try to plug in your phone from the outside of the bag, you still have to reach into the inside to turn on the battery. And I just hate that concept. You shouldn't have to do that. So after testing a bunch of different batteries, and a lot of them had where you plug in the wire into the battery, it will automatically turn on. But something like this, you're keeping the wire plugged in all the time, and you're just plugging the other side of the wire into your phone. And unfortunately, most of them, actually all of them except for one, does not turn on that I've tested, except this one. Now, this is a very expensive battery for what it is. This is from Hyper also. It fits perfectly in here, and it's definitely designed for this bag. However, I cannot recommend this battery at all. This is actually my second unit, and this thing just has some major issues. My first one was DOA, and I said, hey, it can happen, and they were nice enough to replace it under warranty. And then when I got the second one and I started doing some testing, I noticed right away that wasn't giving me the results that they advertised. But before I decided to do more testing, I noticed one of the ports, every time I plug something in, even with no load on, about 45 seconds later, it would short out. Even with different wires and loads, every 45 seconds after I plugged it in, it would short out. So due to the price of this and my expected performance and unreliability and issues I had with this battery, I cannot recommend it. So if you guys know of any battery that automatically turn on when a load is placed onto the wire, not when the wire is being plugged in, but when a load is on the wire, then let me know down in the comments below. All right, we're gonna close up that compartment. And then last but not least is this back compartment. This is where you're going to keep a 16-inch MacBook Pro, or at least that's what I do. That's pretty much the maximum. It definitely is a tight fit, but it's a really nice fit. It's nicely padded. If you have a big iPad like I do, you can also fit that back here, but it is a very, very tight fit. But like you can see here, it definitely fits, and I can definitely close this up. But it's definitely getting a little bit heavier than I'd like. And talking about weight, with nothing inside, it's only shy of 3 pounds, so it's really lightweight. It's a great material. It's water resistant. Has the YKK zippers. And talking about zippers, there's this interlocking zipper back here on the laptop compartment, which I don't understand this interlocking zipper thing, because yes, I guess it would slow someone down of getting in here, but it's really, I don't know, I don't see a need of it. But you know, I guess if you're worried about people getting into your bag as it's sitting on your back, I guess that's good, because it's just one extra piece that you have to disconnect, but it's not really a security device. So really, I don't understand it. And then the best feature of all, this has a tracker right here. This is a like a AirTag, but it is not a AirTag. This is its own tracker. It's a third-party tracker for the Apple Find My network. Very similar in size. You have a button right here on the outside. Not quite sure why they have a button, because there's no reverse finding feature. But hopefully one day Apple will bring that, so you're able to find your phone. But it's really nice to have that tracker near the outside of your bag. The only way to access this and to change the battery, there's a secret compartment, or so-called secret compartment, that has a zipper with no little pull tab on it. So to get in there is a little bit difficult, but definitely not impossible. It just slows people down. But you can get in there and definitely change out the battery when you need to. So this is great if you misplace things like I do all the time. It is just like an AirTag. So when you do misplace your stuff, you can simply go into the Find My app and make it ring. The ringer is not super loud, but it's good enough. It also does not have a precise finding feature that the Apple AirTag has, so you can't use the ultra-wideband to find it in a noisy area. And if you happen to leave it behind, say in a restaurant or in a convention, you'll definitely get the notification from Apple Find My to go back and get it, just like an Apple AirTag. That's one of the best features, because I leave my stuff behind all the time. And if you happen to lose your bag totally, you have the entire Apple community helping you find it, all anonymously. There's like over 1 billion active devices that use Find My, and that will communicate its location when it gets within the Find My range. Just understand, it's not a GPS tracker, and a Apple user or Apple device definitely has to be within range to transmit its location. And if it does happen to get stolen, I don't recommend Apple Find My or any Bluetooth tracker for stolen items. Obviously, there's a chance that it does get updated, but don't go get it yourself. Please notify the authorities if you do get an update. Chasing down thieves is not safe, and Bluetooth trackers are not designed for stolen items. But if you want to try anyways, you're going to do what you want to do when something's missing like that. So definitely just be safe. Overall, this is my favorite tech bag ever. I think this is now the 4th or 5th tech bag. There are so many great features that are built in. They've really given a lot of thought in the design and the material. It's just incredible of what they're able to do these days with tech. Obviously, you're going to bring most of the tech yourself, where your electronics, your battery, your wires, which by the way, I didn't even show you the wiring. It's actually like little holders and places for your wiring. So it passes through from compartment to compartment, and the little holders make sure that they don't get in the way. And even if this didn't have a built-in tracker, I would still love this bag. Actually, it might be a good idea to replace this tracker with an actual AirTag if you want that precise finding feature. It's nice that that's built into here, but that's not the reason to buy this bag. The reason to buy this bag is because of its design, the materials, the quality of this is way more than what you're paying for this. Which, by the way, this is a very expensive bag, but like I just said, is definitely well worth it in my opinion. Definitely, hands down, the best tech bag ever made. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope this was helpful. I know it was quite long. Leave me a comment down below. Is this something that you would pick up? And if you guys are going to be at CES, you're definitely going to see me with this bag. So definitely come say hello at CES 2024. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys on the next one.